how exactly this has taken shape altogether, and how exactly this is basically changing the current industry. What are the shifts that we can expect from this in after this introduction to this. So we will be talking about all of these structures, all of these things, one by one. Okay. And here we would want to basically start with this thing, that we are trying to make it more industry relevant, industry specific. How exactly people can utilize this particular skill. And this is something that you must have already understood, that this is not going anywhere. This is not just a hype, something that just came in and then probably which has no practical implementation. It was just exciting branch of computers again. It is something here to stay, and we'll see how exactly AI has grown in the last couple of years, and precisely in the last 4 to 5 years, where it has started understanding NLP, and at least it has started giving us the interpretation that it is well versed with NLP, and how NLP is now changing the paradigm shift, basically how exactly it is shifting now. What exactly should we be expecting from this? What kind of skill set there will be, when we talk about AI altogether. Okay, so we'll be looking into a guide to land a job in data science. Okay, we'll be talking about how exactly we can land a job in AI. Okay, so there what we will be doing is we will be talking about all these terms, all these phrases that we hear a lot. Okay, what is artificial intelligence? So we'll be diagnosing into this. So let's quickly start with it. Anyone can explain whatever your understanding is about artificial intelligence. What exactly is artificial intelligence? Anyone has any idea about it? That's fine, or whatever you sense from this, basically. Okay, I think most of you are saying that's why we are here, isn't it? So that's what we want to understand. What is artificial intelligence? And that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I believe I would only start with it. What exactly is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is nothing but, as the antonym says, artificial means something which is not organic or naturally occurring, and intelligence means something to do with the cognitive ability. Cognitive ability is like logical thinking that humans have, how exactly humans are thinking about things. So basically it is all about when we have not naturally occurring uh, intelligence, or we can say primarily where we are talking about computers to have intelligence, systems to have intelligence. That is what artificial intelligence is. But artificial intelligence basically have a definition, though till now, and which we are pushing on on a day-to-day basis, is basically a way of mimicking human intelligence. Okay, what humans can do, we are trying the systems also learn that and performs either equivalent or better, in productivity terms, in a better thing that AI can do or a system can do, right? So basically artificial intelligence is just mimicking human cognitive ability. So basically it's nothing, a kind of a field which tries to mimic what humans can on a cognitive level, on an intelligence level, what exactly it can do. So that basically means artificial intelligence. And why suddenly artificial intelligence has kind of become a boom altogether. If you'll see from past few years, and particularly the last decade, we have seen a humongous amount of data that has been produced, that is being generated on a day-to-day basis, on not even day-to-day basis, on an hourly basis. If you'll see, it is a humongous amount of data that has been produced. Now when I say humongous amount of data, we are talking about the interactions that we do, the online purchases that we do, the logins to social media, the kind of videos we are watching, the kind of movies we are seeing, or the pictures we are liking, the comments that we are making, all these things have been increasing, and it has increased drastically in the last a couple of years, right? And primarily in the last 10 years, because because of one main reason. And the main reason is that we have started using more devices. Everyone has at least one or two devices, probably. Right now you would be having a laptop and a phone that you are already using. A couple of you would have iPads, smartwatches. You'll also have different IoT devices, smart television at home, or a smart refrigerator, or a AC, or things like that, right? These devices have been increasing drastically, and each device is basically nowadays creating some kind of interaction, and it is basically leaving some traces of those transactions interacting with humans, right? So it is now learning how humans are interacting with each device. Basically, the data that we are producing is just bringing us more relationship with humans. Okay, and slowly this data is bound to increase. There's no other option apart from increasing this data. So when we talk about increasing this data, we are just talking about these interactions. Okay, and each interaction basically holds a lot of value, behavior of a particular human. Okay, how I interact with an AC, how I interact with a refrigerator, how I interact with a mobile phone, a laptop. Again, on these laptops also and mobile phones also, we have a lot of apps. How do I interact with these apps? And on those apps, what exactly I'm doing? Am I liking something? I'm watching something, I'm interacting, I'm buying, whatever you can think about your interaction with those apps basically is getting logged somewhere, or it is getting recorded somewhere. And those transactions are basically used to understand how humans behave. And that is what AI has been boosting up. Okay, and nowadays if I ask you, all of these different industries that we have seen, right? Probably e-commerce websites that we have interacted with, Uber, Swiggy, platforms like Swiggy, Swiggy, Zomato, uh, Blinkit, all these things. Okay, and many others. Basically, if you talk about Netflix, YouTube, all these things, Instagram. Okay, everything, we can now see that people have been using more, and these interactions are increasing. They are getting smarter. And if you will see that when you open YouTube or you open Instagram, you would find a couple of videos, or majorly videos or photographs or data or content, such that it will kind of resonate with what you think, or it is something that you will get hooked on majorly, if you will see. Okay, so there you will be basically spending more time looking at those data, because their intention, like these companies intention, is that you use their particular app, or you use their platform more and more, right? And now if you talk about the kind of objective they would have to have an objective that they want to show, and content which is appealing to you, which you would like, right? So now this is the challenge and objective that they go on a daily basis. Okay, this is just one snippet of the objective that I have shared, but there are more objectives which basically is nearly impossible to do only by humans. Like if I want to suggest something to you, probably I have to understand what you are, who you are, what kind of content do you like, and things like that, right? And what kind of content you have already seen in the past, and so on and so forth. Basically, so I need to have a lot of information about every one of you, and then I have to suggest you, because the content is also so much, right? So if you will see, YouTube alone have such a humongous amount of data, which has been already published. So if I just talk about a couple of information about how much data YouTube alone basically have, it will be humongous. Okay, if I just talk about within a couple of minutes or seconds that YouTube basically generate, YouTube nearly have around 3.5 million hours of data. Okay, when I say million hours, now you can imagine about how many hours do you have. 24 hours. Even if you live for 100 years, you would probably not reach even 0.1% of that particular data that is already there on YouTube right now. Okay, so there's huge amount of data. So obviously as human, I do not have the ability to even suggest you all the videos, right? So I need an automated way, I need a better way of suggesting you information, of suggesting you how exactly or what kind of videos you will be watching, right? So I do not have that kind of a data. Okay, so now let's just first see what kind of opportunity this artificial intelligence is bringing. So if I talk about by 2026, that is just a year after now, like just within 1 year, we are expecting nearly more than 1 crore jobs, new jobs that will be created in data science and analytics field. Okay, and this is going to be inevitable because every organization in this whole universe is basically using a lot of these kind of automated way of extracting insights from human interactions, from different experiments that they are doing, marketing that they are doing, products that they are developing, consumer behavior that they are looking at, everything. Okay, and at usual, so if you are I can already see that a lot of you are coming from a technical background. Okay, so if you just go as a uh, as a software engineer, okay, and compared to a data analyst or data science, you would probably have nearly one third of your salary would be a little bit more when we talk about these job profiles. Data analytics, data science, data engineers. Okay, so they will have nearly 36% more salary. Okay, so it's a first of all, it has a huge potential in the industry that people are looking for these kind of roles. Additionally, they're willing to pay a bit higher, in general, over the other traditional jobs that are already there in the market. Okay, and this is not going to end. This is not ending soon. Till 2029, there is a CAGR of nearly 27%. So there is an increase of this particular industry, from a demand perspective, from the opportunities perspective. So this is basically already predicted that there is nearly around 27% increase year on year in this particular industry. So now you can imagine that what kind of exciting era has come. That first of all, AI is any which ways intriguing people. There are many people who are interested to know the science behind it, what exactly is going on in the background. And additionally, this is a very rewarding industry altogether. And if you talk about the salaries in general are very in two digits, okay, per annum. So now you can imagine, this is again a very interesting a salary package to land. And be it a normal graduate or a postgraduate, if you kind of become into this, if you kind of come into this particular field, and whichever domain you're talking about, whichever industry you're talking about, it basically have uh, you know kind of grown into all the industries. If I talk about few industries, it is already in pharma, it is already in sports, e-commerce, healthcare, banks, insurance, telecom, supply chain, and many more. So basically the field is not at all, it is not untouched from any industry right now. Okay, mostly all the industries are already implementing data science and artificial intelligence in general. And moreover, those who haven't started, they are already feeling that FOMO, and they are trying that they acquire people, they acquire that talent which can basically enhance their in general, they can apply something, cutting edge technology, a cutting edge solution, so that they can get that competitive advantage over their competition. So basically this is not something that is basically here to go, right? So we'll try and diagnose this particular thing. We'll try and find out what exactly these terms hold. What is artificial intelligence? What is ML? What is DL? Okay, so basically we have already seen what exactly is artificial intelligence. As I told you, that this is nothing but a whenever computers and systems try to mimic human intelligence using either a if else statement or a machine learning algorithms like decision tree or deep learning or neural network, whatever it is, right? It is called as artificial intelligence. However, artificial intelligence, if I talk about a calculator has been an artificial intelligence machine, and we have been seeing it from probably our childhood, right? So artificial intelligence is not just basically, applying machine learning, but a normal logic, if else kind of a condition, even that comes under artificial intelligence. But then why suddenly it has seen that hype? Because of a couple of algorithms that has been kind of grown. They have been a humongous amount of data with us. And additionally, we have a lot of compute power that we have recently seen, and how we can increase the compute, how if cost efficient it has become, and how we can process a lot of things, right? So basically, on that particular understanding, machine learning is nothing but a branch in which we particularly ask the machines to learn by itself. So as you know, a baby, if I want to teach a baby about different fruits, right? So I can show one fruit to a particular baby, and I can tell that, okay, fine, this is an apple, this is an orange. Okay, and I can repeat myself. I can probably show an orange, actual orange, for 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, even 200 times, doesn't matter. Like whatever time that they would be learning, like let's suppose some babies will understand it, or some kids will understand after telling 5 times, some will understand after telling 50 times, or some will understand after telling 500 times. Doesn't matter. So it's just a matter of repetition, right? So if I show a particular baby or a kid that there is an orange, and if I just mark, or I just tell that okay, fine, this is an orange, this is an orange, and I repeat this process, so probably after a particular threshold, they will understand that, okay, fine, how an orange looks, right? And further going, they will be able to understand, whenever they will see an orange, they will be able to recognize that this is an orange, right? So here what has happened is, you have taught you, basically the kid has learned from you. Okay, somehow you do not know how, right? We probably understand, okay, fine, this is something that it is very intuitive, right? But the recipient of that information has somewhere processed in his head. Probably we do not see what exactly is going on in their head when they are recognizing orange as an orange, or an apple as an apple, right? We do not know. And similarly, we have machine learning algorithms, where we can, some of the algorithms will be able to see what exactly is going on, what exactly how exactly, some algorithms will not be able to see, or will not be able to interpret that much. So that is where, we'll be able to identify that there are processes, there are ways, mathematical ways, that we can somewhere learn, ask the machines to learn about these relationships. Okay, and this is one example. It can be applied in loan defaults. It can be applied in early collection of, if I talk about early collection of loans, or the assets that may fail. Okay, in a banking term. Okay, so the thing is that with this kind of environment, we can predict any, kind of thing. Okay, and if I talk about what interesting has happened in couple of years, is basically introduction of deep learning. Now deep learning is a part of machine learning itself, and that has grown a lot, that has actually shown a lot of value. If I talk about deep learning, is something which mimics nearly what humans brains also do. Basically they have neurons. So deep learning also have neurons. Okay, it's an analogy that we have extracted, or we have kind of drawn from human anatomy. However, like if you'll see, those neurons are nothing but some mathematical expressions, like 0.25, 0.26, 7, 10, all these different numbers that we can basically give to these neurons. And these neurons will basically hold some kind of relationship, some kind of nuance in the whole process of understanding different things. So if I talk about understanding language, so in language we have words are then converted into tokens. Tokens are given different embeddings. Embeddings means basically again numbers. There's some way, once we understand that, we extract how a language is written. Okay, so from words we are converting them into numbers, and from numbers we are able to extract how or what exactly a particular thing means. Okay, so here the context or the text have some relationship with other text. Okay, and we are able to mathematically draw that particular information out. Okay, and that is where the generative AI has recently seen changes. So probably all of you must have heard about chat GPT, right? All of you must have used it also, isn't it? So all these things basically will tell you how exactly or what exactly relationship among words exist, and you'll be able to extract that by using a complex, you can say, an advanced version of machine learning, that is deep learning. Okay, and now again, apart ahead of deep learning, we have something called as generative AI. Generative AI is based on deep learning and neural networks. Okay, but they have seen some kind of another level of advancement into that. Okay, so that is also there. Okay, so now what exactly we need to talk about. If we talk about data science, what kind of things do we require, what kind of we what kind of skill sets do we require? Okay, all these things we'll be talking about. Okay, so if I talk about need for data science, basically data science is helping uh, people, organization, enterprises to take better decision, and these better decisions come from better insights from the raw data that we have. Okay, it basically improves the efficiency and the productivity. It basically bring on a lot of visibility of those parameters which from a human point of view were difficult to analyze or difficult to understand, or at least if not these decisions or these critical insights were kept with certain people. Okay, and they would probably kind of have different intentions, and this information would not be passed or channelized properly, and decision making will become weaker, and it will be highly dependent on those people. And the moment they leave the organization feel a little paralyzed. Okay, they would not understand how exactly to take better decisions or good decisions. And that we have already seen, right? Traditional businesses used to do or work like this only. If a person would leave, they would probably leave, they'll leave a void behind them, and the organization will not be able to grow, isn't it? So now data science actually can fill those gaps, can fill those understanding, or those insights can be learned by just recording that kind of data, right? If we are able to record that kind of a data, then we'll be able to kind of bring that value. So we'll be taking a lot of examples. Okay, so if I talk about how exactly a data scientist will be adding values, they will basically help organization to take some informed decision. When I say informed decision, they will be able to, as a data scientist, you will be able to extract some insights from the data. You will learn how to extract insights, how to take better decisions altogether. Okay, you will be able to present that kind of case studies, you'll be able to present that kind of analysis what you have done. This is not just analyzing the just the data analytical part, right? You'll be able to, additionally you'll be able to understand that relationship, and it can help you predict what is going to happen in certain situation very precisely. Okay, it will be able to classify things. It will be able to able to kind of give you a better understanding of your business altogether. Okay, and this can apply to anything, be it pharma, be it if I talk about e-commerce. Okay, or be it if I talk about banking industry, sports industry. And for sports, we have a wonderful example. I believe a couple of you must have already heard of one movie called Moneyball. If you have not heard, I would highly suggest that you go and watch that particular movie. That is called Moneyball. Okay, and there you will see how a statistician basically have applied stats or different ways of modeling the relationship between different team members, and how exactly it has helped a particular team which was not even in the league of winning any kind of match, right? And they have won that year. They have won the championship altogether. So it will be a very interesting case study that you can actually explore. So as a data scientist, you will be able to do all these things. We'll take certain examples, right? So this is one of the case study. A recent e-commerce giant basically have reduced the stock out situation by 40%. And when I say stock out situation is very critical when we talk about e-commerce websites, because in e-commerce, the worst nightmare for a e-commerce website would be that a customer has come to you for placing an order, and you are saying that you do not have the stock, you do not have you cannot fulfill that order. Okay, so that's a very scary situation. Okay, so basically what happens is, first you have to understand what are the different stocks, what are the different kind of requirement that you need to fulfill for based on the different audience that or the customers that are asking for. Okay, we have to understand uh, like you know that the stock of excess stock of other items which are not required, which are not popular, probably you would have to lower that stock, and probably have to increase the stock of more popular stock or more popular product. Okay, so by just implementing a machine learning model, they were able to analyze this. They have analyzed nearly 5 years of sales data, their weather data, okay, their social media trend, and various economical factors or indicators. Okay, and they were able to predict the product demand by 92% accuracy. Now think about it, it's a huge accuracy. So I'm able to predict what kind of products would be selling on my website with a 92% accuracy. Now this is not something which is which can easily be kind of managed, okay, at a human level, right? Because you can understand that e-commerce will have a lot of products. Okay, predicting every product's demand is very difficult. Okay, and what exactly has happened because of this, they were able to predict kind of pre-hand that there will be a 30% surge in outdoor game outdoor gears whenever if the product if the temperature is between 65 to 75 Fahrenheit, there is a 30% surge, 30% increase in outdoor gears. And if they can kind of find this kind of a relationship, okay, now think about it. If you know that your data, like your sale, is dependent on the weather, which is not very intuitive, as a human I will not be able to understand that. So they'll be, because now they know this, so they can increase the inventory level automatically the moment the temperature is reduced. Okay, and by this, because of this particular reason, they were able to reduce nearly 40% of their stock out situation. And not just this, they were also able to get rid of nearly 25% of their excess inventory as well, right? Because inventory again take a lot of space, cost, and things like that. Okay, so it becomes quite a difficult thing for us if we have a lot of inventory. And I believe you also understand that this is not a good shape to be in, right? We would not want us to be in a situation where we have a lot of problem by keeping a lot of inventory. Okay, this is just one way, this is just one case study. We have another one as well, another one where the bank was able to detect frauds, okay, credit card frauds specifically, under a period of 2 seconds. So I know that a lot of people have started using credit cards in India. A huge amount of credit cards has been issued in the previous 7 8 years, and a lot of fraud has also happened. Okay, and now I guess you would also appreciate this, that organizations like ICIC Bank, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, now you can see that whenever you make a high value transaction, they will not just let it pass. They will probably ask you a lot of questions. They will ask you additional kind of an additional security measure, probably an OTP, or they will call you, and then you have to approve that transaction individually, and so on and so forth, right? So basically what will happen is that these banks have added an additional layer of detection. Okay, so basically they have implemented a real time fraud detection system in which they will analyze a lot of things. Okay, so basically they will analyze if in case there is a consecutive three consecutive purchases in different countries within 2 hours, all these this is very unusual, right? So no one will be able to have three consecutive purchases in different countries within specifically within 2 hours, right? However, if you'll see how exactly people travel, if I'm traveling, so within two to or not even two, but let's suppose I'm traveling for 10 days, right? So probably I will be kind of hopping between countries, or hopping between different states very very in a short period of time. Probably today, let's suppose if I'm traveling to India, okay, then I will be traveling probably in Delhi, then I'll be going to Bombay, I will be going to, let's suppose, Varanasi, I will be going to Kashmir, and things like that. So I will be hopping. So my credit card spend will be like in one day, it will be in Delhi, another day Bombay, another day Kashmir, another day probably South, and things like that. So it will be hopping altogether. Okay, so they have to understand that this is a genuine transaction or a fraud transaction. So but if it is happening within 2 hours, then perhaps that is not a genuine transaction. Okay. Apart from that, unusual amounts. Okay, that is something that we have to focus on. Unusual amounts usually have have some kind of a it is kind of an alert system for you if unusual amounts, like either too huge or probably a transaction which you usually not take, or if it is coming from a different company ID, or it is an international transaction, and so on and so forth. Basically you will be holding it up, right? Or probably if it is happening like let's suppose from an Indian time of view point of view, you do not transact anything between, let's suppose, 11:30 or 12 in the night till 6 in the morning, right? But most of the fraud happens during that particular time, and that's something that they have observed, right? So again, odd hours basically will make kind of increase suspicion. Now these things, if I'll ask you to try and find out what kind of fraudulent transactions have happened has happened, it will be very difficult for a human to take out these patterns or these insights. Okay, only systems can do that, because they are talking about millions and millions of transactions. Because already you will have millions of customers to whom you have issued credit cards, and now talking about, moreover, it will be billions of transactions, right? Increasing those billions of transactions, it will be very very difficult, right? So there it becomes quite a problem. Okay. And basically this is called a classification model. Classification model means it is classifying between a valid transaction and a fraudulent transaction. Okay. So usually what happens is they are able to not just reduce the frauds, but earlier which were actually marked as false positive, those people. So let's suppose I'm a genuine customer. Okay. So let's suppose I really want to spend 5 lakh rupees on my credit card. Okay, if I do a transaction of 5 lakh rupees, probably it will get halted. I will feel a little uh, you know it will be a little inconvenient for me to prove that I am doing the transaction. I do not want system to highlight me as a fraudulent person and a fraudulent transaction, though it is a genuine transaction, I am doing it. Okay, so that case is where a genuine person tries to do a transaction, but it is marked as a fraudulent transaction. It is called as false positive. Okay, so it's not a actual fraud, but it is marked as fraud. So if you'll see, they were able to reduce this from 37% to 15%. Basically that means they are kind of increasing a customer convenience. So not just what they are trying to protect the frauds, but they are also relaxing their system so that customers can actually make transactions. They do not feel violated. Are you getting the point? So this is quite an interesting ability altogether. Okay, so here we have to understand a couple of things. Now a lot of us have already faced this thing that AI is able to is becoming so smart, it is able to do this thing. So now do you think a bank manager will be removed, right, or a credit analyst or a fraudulent department will be removed from the bank? What do you think? Can anyone of think of it? If we have such smart machine learning algorithms, will these departments will be removed? Think about it and tell me what will happen if in case uh, like you know if we have such basically layoffs will happen. Okay, Yatesh, uh, Yatesha says no. uh, okay, right, no, no. Okay, some of you are saying layoffs will be happening, some of you are saying no. Definitely no, definitely no. Okay. Mm, and interesting, no, wonderful. So I would say it depends, right? It depends on what, like we have to understand that definitely there has to be a update in their skill sets, update on a ground level also. That bank needs to, people needs to understand that okay fine, now we have an AI which can do this kind of a job. So what my job will be, my job will be understanding and incorporating that kind of an AI in my job. Definitely there will be layoffs, yes and no. I completely understand because certain industries AI is basically replacing everything the human is doing already. Okay. Yeah, and a very good example is digital marketing, right? If you see a lot of image creation models have come and all these things have come, right? Content writers and all these things. Okay, so one person earlier was able to do 20 articles, 30 articles per day, but with AI they are already doing 100 articles. They are already three times more efficient than what they were. Now you have to understand, some people would face that challenge that they will not be able to cope up with this AI, they'll not be able to learn this skill. Okay, and they will not be able to understand how AI is transforming the things that they are already doing. So till the time you understand that AI is nothing but is a helping hand, okay, and it is kind of in, if you incorporate that in your day-to-day work, you will probably have a better kind of a magic wand in your hand. Okay, you have to understand the limitations also. I'm not saying that it will do everything in the world, right? But you have to understand what exactly it is good at. Now think about it, and this I think all of you will be able to appreciate that. Think about it, if I have a calculator, okay, if there are two people, I give these calculator to one person is saying that okay no, I will not use calculator, I will still do maths from my head, from my mind. Okay, the other person understand calculator, though they will spend some time to learn calculator, and again they will acquire this particular knowledge. But what will happen after a month? One person will be highly comfortable using calculator, right? They will be able to do better job, they'll be able to have a higher accuracy, no human errors, right? Or less human errors, I would say. Are you getting the point? So that is very important to understand. Consider this as a calculator only, that this particular field is basically enabling someone. If you are interested, it will enable you to do your job a bit better. However, if you do not have that kind of an understanding, if you are hesitant that no, I do not know how to learn this, what will happen, this will just going to take our jobs or something like that, right? People have that kind of a apprehension. So there we have to understand that it is kind of an overthinking according to me. Okay, you do not have to overthink like that. You have to, moreover you have to, this should be more exciting for you, that okay now this is the time where I learn calculator, and if it can improve my job, that's nothing beyond that, right? It will be very exciting if you can learn how to use calculator at your job, isn't it? Are you getting my point? So that's something that we have to kind of understand. Okay. So this is something that we will have to this kind of understanding probably would take you a little back, backward, and you will get a little hesitant, you'll get a little friction while learning this. So I would not suggest that kind of a thing to let that happen to you guys. Okay. People also have things like, what are the opportunities that, what can I avail after this. So there are a lot of roles that you can get into. So it's roles like that: you can be a data scientist, you can be a ML engineer. ML engineers are highly paid. Okay, AI researchers. Okay, again, it's a very wonderful job, like where you are learning about new techniques, new advancement in the industry, and also you have to basically, perform like that you have to create models like that. Okay, data engineers, ML engineer, nowadays LLM ops engineers, all these different engineers have been basically coming in. Okay. Then we have a lot of like these are core skills that we have mentioned. There are AI powered job roles, basically where AI are helping. So basically AI product managers, business intelligence analyst. Okay. Or AI consultant. Now these are basically those roles which are not exactly technical, but they are helping, and they are taking use of AI to enhance how other people who are already doing these kind of jobs. Okay. So if I talk about industry specific roles, so there are a lot of industry specific roles that has kind of populated in the last 2 3 years. Okay. Where we have healthcare AI specialist, particularly a data scientist in finance, AI expert for retails and e-commerce websites. Again, cybersecurity, one of the most exciting field that is there, right out there. Okay, because a lot of data has started getting generated, and now cybersecurity means protecting your data, right? And how you can prevent these cyber threats, right? So this is something that is not going at all, it is not going down, right? These fields have populated only after AI has come. Okay, so they have created new job roles, they have created new ways of doing things. So now this becomes a exciting role altogether. So we have to understand that, we have to learn about that, and then only we will be able to proceed. So now the question may arise, like, what kind of skill set should I use, what kind of skill set should I learn to become a data scientist? Okay, so we'll be talking a couple of them, and these are the most advanced you know topics that we are already which are basically used in the industry. So we'll be talking about learning about statistics, we'll be learning advanced Excel, something like inferential statistics, hypothesis, advanced Excel, all these things we'll be learning. Importantly, we'll be learning Python, the basic versions, basic things, doing EDA and data visualization, as well as machine learning. That is very important. Now we'll be learning machine learning in Python particularly. We'll also learn about SQL and Tableau as the data visualization. So these are quite up in demand skills. People are looking for people in these areas. If you just go on any of the job portals, try and search about what kind of skill set a data scientist will require. They will basically have all these they will require Python, they will require SQL and Tableau, everyone. Okay, and by default it is given that you have better good understanding of statistics, a working understanding of statistics, not exactly, you don't need to be a PhD in statistics, but a working knowledge of that. So people would be expecting you to do that. Okay, so how exactly uh, you know uh, or how exactly we can help you here? So we have to understand what GTR Academy is bringing for you, right? What exactly we are bringing you with. Okay, so most important thing is experienced faculty. So whenever you have to take a professional course, whenever you have to learn a professional course, you need experienced faculty. Okay, so with me, there are a couple of more faculties who have been working in the industry. They have a huge experience of working as a data scientist. I have been an AI architect myself. Okay, I have developed a lot of AI applications. Okay, applications like onboarding solutions, banking organization, softwares like AML, LOS, all these systems we have already worked on. We know how exactly things work in the background, okay, how to incorporate them and make it a working product which people have accepted, they have been using it since years. Okay, so we have been working, so all the faculty have been working in the industry, they have working knowledge, they're not just a professor, like a college professor, they have been from the industry. And that is what is important, because this is a practical and professional course altogether. Okay, we will be adding a lot of case study based learning. So we'll be giving you different case studies from time to time to learn different projects, to learn different concepts using different projects. We'll also have capstone projects. Okay, apart from this, this is good to learn, right? But the thing is that we will not leave you there, we will extend it to, in taking it to a career guidance. We'll be having a complete sessions on how to build your resumes. Okay, we'll add professional photography, you do not have to spend anything. So we'll be helping you create LinkedIn profile. We'll be telling you how exactly you can reach your leads, how exactly you can reach new jobs, what exactly you need to tell them, how exactly you need to communicate, all these things. Okay, and will make you a job ready candidate. Okay, so if I talk about the experience of GTR, we have more than the average experience is 12 years for the faculties who will be taking this particular program for you. We have already trained more than 10,000 people. The average salary has already been from 15 to 18 lakh rupees. Okay, we have different customers, different companies who have taken. So big fours, SBI cards, Paytm, Flipkart, SDFC Bank, PwC, Infosys, Capgemini, and many more. Okay, so basically, it's not something you have to understand. If you want to learn a professional thing, you have to learn from professionals. Okay, so here we'll also be giving you job assistance, as I told you. So completely giving you how to build resume, how to have professional photographs. We'll also arrange mock interviews. Okay, we'll have placement support. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, so if in case you would have any questions, you can definitely let me know. Okay, apart from that, for this particular webinar, you will have the certificates available. So you'll have a certificate of completion. Okay, that you can gain after, I think it will be live in few minutes, around 4 o'clock it will be live for you guys. Okay, you can basically contact our program managers on these numbers. You can even send us an email. Okay, I believe our program managers would have already got in touch with you. Okay, you can continue from there. Okay, and you can claim your free certificate. You just have to go to the website. You have already, I believe you have already registered to get the to get into this webinar. So there you just have to go to the dashboard. Okay, once you go to the dashboard, let me try to see if I can show it to you directly. Just one quick minute. Okay, so here you can simply go to the web page. Let me try and show it to you. uh, and in case you will have any doubts, you can just let me know, while we are working on this. Okay, so here you can just go to your profile. Okay, here you will have webinar available. Okay, you will have this webinar. Just click on that webinar. For 1 minute. Okay, we have some questions. Okay, I think for certification, you have got the link. Swapnil has also shared it with you. He has also shared the number with you so that you can contact, Swapnil for any query that you may have. And if you want, you can also connect with me, either on LinkedIn. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can post your query through a message. That's absolutely fine. I We just have a kind of a very open door policy. If you want, you can ask any doubt, any questions, anything from there. Okay, I think Sanvi has asked one question: can one from technical field like software engineering transform into data scientist roles? Absolutely, Sanvi. Moreover, that just helps you a little bit, after gaining appropriate amount of I would say appropriate amount of skill sets that you have, you'll be very easily able to get a data scientist role. Okay, because you would already have some understanding of different programming language, right? So you'll have understanding of different programming language, so it becomes quite easy. Okay, where can we get the certificate from? So for certificate, if you know, I have just shared one screen with you, just link with you, right? So I'm just taking you there. Okay, so that page, this link will take you to this particular page. Okay, webinar certificate. You can just click on continue. There will be a quiz. Okay. Uh, if I just go, there will be a quiz. I think right now it is online. It is kind of available to you. You can just click on start quiz and start attempting the questions. Okay, and within few minutes you will get your certificate in your email, as well as you can post it on LinkedIn as well. Okay, so if you just start the certificate, you will get just start the quiz. You will have a few questions. Uh, Answer those questions, and then you will be able to generate your certificate. And don't forget to basically post that to LinkedIn. Okay, don't forget to flaunt with it. Tell people around you that okay, fine, you have now uh, you have got a certificate in AIML. Okay, you have attended a particular webinar. Okay, so from there only you'll be able to post it to the LinkedIn. Priyanka, definitely academic experience will give you a little bit boost over those people who will have a similar profile than as yours. But let's suppose if someone is already having 5 years of experience in industry, then definitely academic experience will have a lesser value. But comparing it to a fresher, definitely you'll have an upper hand. Okay. Yeah, yeah, Yatisha, you can definitely. Great, Swami Vivek Patel. Please let me know the question. So from here, you can click on the certificate as well. Once you have completed it, you'll just get the certificate. Once you get the certificate, you can add it to the LinkedIn profile. I've already completed this, so I have got this. Okay. What challenges someone face from a non-technical background? So Chandan, definitely see the first challenge that I see. The only challenge is your your attitude towards learning. Okay, because it's a technical program. If you'll see, though we do not require any technical knowledge prior to this. Okay, because we will be training you from scratch completely. We are already taking into this consideration that non-technical people will also come. Okay, so we'll be taking that kind of a understanding, and then we will be growing on that particular thing. Okay, so it's not at all a scary thing that I do not know something, or I do not have knowledge or something like that. So that kind of limitation will not come. But on the other hand, I do not want you to be afraid also, that because it's a technical course, so I will not be able to cope up or something like that. No, if you are willing to put that effort, I'm 101% sure. I have seen people, And why I highlighted, someone from media has joined this particular webinar as well, right? So I have seen, moreover, I have taught people who were from media and BCom. Those people have landed a job in as a data analyst, data scientist, okay, after learning, after taking the program. So it's not something that is not doable, but the thing is that determination is something that you have to bring on, Chandan. Okay, so if you can bring on that particular thing, I'm pretty sure, that will work for you. Okay, I think, Swapnil, if you can see and talk to Deha Niti, I think she's facing some problem. I think, Deha Niti, you have the phone number, you can talk to Swapnil, and that is already shared. You can talk to Swapnil if in case that is giving you any error. Okay, what your case study explains, explanation of inventory management. I understand the importance of user of data to optimize the space and inventory. Similar way, how data AI will support in forecasting the demand. Uh, Kindly throw some light. Okay, so definitely, see, this is not something that if I talk about forecasting demand, we have algorithms, we have time series models, we have even regression can help you forecast things based on the situations that you are dealing, and based on the scenarios that you're dealing with. Okay, so you'll be able to do that. So forecasting is something, it's nothing beyond machine learning. It comes under the scope of machine learning. So we will be telling you how exactly you will be able to basically gain that particular knowledge where you can do forecasting. Okay, so it's nothing, you do not have to be afraid about it. I hope that's clear, Yatisha. Great, wonderful. What about others? Shirish, Priyanka, Kantilal, Debagra, Awadh, Priyanka, Sani, Ishika, Preeti. I hope all of you have. Okay, Akansha said that I have done MBA and working as an HR. How this course data science is useful for my career growth. Okay, wonderful. So first of all, I'm pretty sure if you're working as an HR, so your organization would have already asked for a data analyst, a data scientist role, right? They would have already asked for for you to basically, or at least your colleagues, to hire a person like that, right? So basically, here you have to understand that this particular job role is not at all only for any kind of specific industry or a specific I would say domain, right? It applies to all of them. So if I talk about HR applications, there are so many HR applications. Don't you do resume scanning, right? You would be scanning a lot of resumes to hire someone. So resume scanning is something that nowadays, uh, like you uh, like AI, there are different AIs available to us which we can use. You can build your own app to do a lot of scanning, resume scanning. Okay, understand what exactly which resumes are matching with the job profiles. So this comes under document reviews, or you can say document summarization as a skill, as a model basically. Okay, so how can you say that HR is not touched with like AI applications? Definitely, it is. Every particular domain is touched by AI application. Now you just have to be more creative and more aware of the scenarios which you can kind of automate through that, or which you can enhance, right? I hope that you got the sense, Akansha. Okay. Ankita Ray. Okay. I have a career gap and I'm currently doing an internship as a business analyst. I faced many difficulties in getting a job. Will this be helpful? Wonderful. So you're already in a business analyst role. So if I talk about business analyst role, you're already applying Excel, advanced Excel, or even SQL, right? I believe these skills are something that business analysts will require. Yes, so you're already using that skill. So for you, learning just a marginal thing, that is Python and Tableau also probably you're using, Tableau or Power BI, whatever you might be using, right? So visualization is also something that you're already using. Now you see Power BI you're already using, right? So when we're talking about Tableau or Power BI, basically they come hand in hand, right? Because both of them are will be used for data visualization. So now you just have to understand that even for you, when you are already using these tools, understanding how you can enhance your skill set, because for a data analyst, for a business analyst, the natural progression is going towards data science. Okay, so the first inclination comes towards data science. And to be honest, I was also working as a business analyst before I became a data scientist. Okay, so for me also, data was something that was very intriguing. I also started learning about data. I also inquired when I was doing business analysis. Basically we were handling a lot of data altogether. With that data, when we were bringing out insights, we thought that how we can enhance this kind of an experience for our stakeholders. And that is where the curiosity began. And now it's quite a elaborative field altogether. So for you, I feel that it is quite relevant. Okay. Any more questions? Do let me know. Wonderful. Akansha, Ankita, sorry. Great to know that. Okay. I think there are no more questions. So, though, if in case you will have, you can definitely reach out to me. You can reach out to Swapnil. Swapnil has already left the number. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. If you have any, doubts for the program, if you have any doubt for the career, you can ask me anything. Wonderful. So, Akriti, I believe you must have got the certificate as well. Okay. Great, great, great. Don't forget to post it on your LinkedIn so that you can get the visibility from people around you in your network. Great, great, Sanvi. Wonderful. Great to have you here. I hope all of you have at least got some understanding. You will also be able to access the recorded session. The link have already been shared by Swapnil, so you will be able to access that. Okay, so see you around. In case you want to reach out, you can reach out again to anyone. The program numbers, I will just put them on the screen again, so you'll be able to kind of talk to anyone in the organization. Okay, uh, and moreover, I'm pretty sure that the capstones and the projects that you will see, that also will excite you a lot in case you decide to take the program. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day ahead.